Hey, everybody. Welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast. I am your host, the Yankee Marshal. And as usual, this is just an open conversation between me and my viewers. If you got any questions you want to ask me, ask away. Doesn't even have to be about guns. Ask what you want. We like to talk about other manly man stuff too. I want to address any topics you want me to address for something you want to know my opinion on. Feel free to let me know. Also, if you disagree with me on something, feel free to let me know. You can either just let me know and I'll address it, or we can set a time you come in the chat, we talk face to face and work out our differences. I like to be accessible. I say a lot of things. Some of them tick off a lot of people. So I like to be accessible so that they can come and express their opinions and counter what I said. So feel free to do so. Now, as usual, I like to start the chat by reading people who have placed orders today for merchandise, like the knights who say pew, pew, pew. Stuff that's over on my website that does help support the TYMP program. Today we got orders from, did I read the one from Samuel Mance yesterday? I think I did. But today we got Gary Grossheim, John Mandarick, and Evan DeMaine. Let me make sure that I got them all there. And then one came in from Demetrio Houston. I don't know who that is, but they got the Caliber Effectiveness t-shirt. You know, the one that compares 9mm, 40, or I think the 3D7 and 10mm or something like I forget. But it's got that on there, something to that effect. So feel free. So those people I wanted to say thank you to for helping support the TYMP program. I don't know if we got any new subscribers today on Patreon. Notifications. We lost one. And I think that was it. I think we just lost one. That was it. We got one yesterday that was a weird name. And the day before that, we got someone joined the actual mouse gun lovers. So now I got to make the patches. But other than that, and then we just lost one subscriber over on Patreon or Subscribestar. So nothing to read, nobody to welcome over there. Let me make sure though, because sometimes I miss people. Because like if two people leave and one person comes, it looks like nothing changed. Or it looks like we just went down one, but I missed the new people. Nope, no new people over there. All right. Now, remember, if you ever want to support the channel, you want to become a patron, you want to become a Subscribestar member, you want to buy merchandise, whatever, you can go over to the TYMPPistolProject.com, TYMPPistolProject.com, like it says right down here in the bottom of the video. And you can buy merchandise, become a Subscribestar member, a Patreon member, whatever you want to do to help support the channel from over there. See what we do, see what the TYMP is all about, what Pets and Vets is all about. And there's also the Voices program, which we help support other pro gun voices on YouTube. We spend about $1,000 a month doing that. Also, the Friend program, where every month we give a viewer a gift certificate for $800. We also give away a silver bullet every month. We will be giving that away again on the 5th. All you got to do to be registered to win a silver bullet is do a super chat of $5 or more, help support the Pets and Vets program, and that gets you registered to win a silver bullet. And occasionally we give away different prizes too. Like sometimes I'll give away a hat or a t-shirt or something. But you got to be at the live chat to get it. So come to the live chats every night at 6 p.m., except for Wednesdays when they're at 7 p.m. All right, let's get started on the questions. Mike White says, I heard that Beretta changed the metal, and he's using his 23-month WAP chat. He's in my WAP. I heard that Beretta changed the metallurgy on their Inox pistols. Do you know when they did this and on what models? Also, what did they change it to? Well, that's kind of deceiving the way you're saying that there. Not the way you're saying it. It's just that I think you don't completely understand. I'm trying to figure a way to say this without calling you, yeah, you fucking liar, those like that. But no, what they did is they quit making the Inox models. Most of the silver guns now are not Inox. They are just silver. I mean, they're carbon steel coated with ceramic coat or Cerakote, whatever you want to call it. They're just colored, just like if you got one that was black, that was Cerakoted black, this one's Cerakoted silver. And they do not put the word Inox in those titles. But if they do make Inox guns still, then they actually call them Inox. Those are still made out of stainless steel, but they're reserving that for special guns now. Although I did see, I got an email from someone, and they told me that it was someone that comes in this chat every now and then. President Nixon, who comes in here occasionally. I guess he has a channel, and he did a video from SHOT Show about they're doing the 92X RDO in Inox. And if that's true, I saw his video, seems to be true, but it seems like everybody else is mum on it, and Beretta ain't saying nothing about it. But if that's the case, I definitely will have something else on my list. So, but yeah, if they call it an Inox, it's still the same stainless steel. If it's just silver and you don't see the word Inox in the title, well, then it's just carbon steel with a silver coating. Not even silver, just gray, I guess. All right. I need someone to edit out all the dead spots where I'm drinking if I ever turn this into an actual podcast. I guess I don't want to do that, but I guess I could. That's the thing about sucking about being a one-man operation. All right. Let's get back to the questions. I got to go over here and see if there's any coming in. I don't have it open. I should have it open to begin every chat, but I'm not real good about doing what I'm supposed to do before I'm supposed to do it. All right, here. Let's see if there's any questions coming in. I see there's some orders that came in, but let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on. I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. We usually have to go through me clicking the wrong button a couple of times before we get the stuff. All right, today is February 1st. So that's an order, that's an order, that's an order, that's an order. Jason Thompson, Officer Tater Hater, paid their $2 tithe to Phil. Remember, if you're a member of the Church of Phil, pay your tithe. All he asks is that if you come in and enjoy this wonderful entertainment, free of charge. Well, it ain't free, ain't nothing free. Pay your tithe, $2 minimum to Phil. Do it through a super chat, through PayPal, and he won't blow your trailer away with your baby in it. He promises not to exert his wrath on you for another day. And if you're not a member of the Church of Phil, well, what's wrong with you? Are you some sort of evil bastard or something? But let's get back over here to the questions. He said, I sent you emails. Enjoy. I know I watched some of them today. And I watched some of the ones you sent yesterday today, too. He sends me stuff just trying to get me mad. Dale Rickety chimed in here, which means we know he's alive. I am just listening tonight. Multitasking sucks. I doubt he's multitasking. I think he means, by multitasking, he means eating his pudding at the same time. You know, you don't have to eat all the pudding at once. You can eat it a little bit at a time. Quentin Leaders, that's a name I have never seen on here before. Leaders, not leaders, which I don't think you can tell the difference between what I said there either. Yankee Marshall, please check your email from Gray69420. You will like this. I sent the email. Let's see, from Gray. Gray 69. I don't see anything from a. Wait, that's Cray, I think. Is that Cray 69? Yes, it's Cray 69. Oh, that's who sent me the email about the Beretta. Yeah, I've already watched that video when you sent me the email the other night. So yeah, I'm planning on doing a video on that. Very interested. You were right. I did like that. Well, I don't like it in the fact that I don't have no money, and then that's coming, but because that is not going to qualify as my deep concealment gun or anything. And that's what I got to buy a replacement for next. Dave Camp chimed in, paid his $2 tithe to Phil, and said, all hail Phil, Staccato HDP4, want one, just got to hit the lotto. I don't know what the Staccato HDP4 is. Let's look it up. HDP4. Oh, that's nice. How much is that? Oh, yeah, it's not cheap. No, I don't want to be on your mailing thing. I like the way they did that. That looks nice. For those of you that are watching here, let me see if I can share the screen. For those of you who are watching live or watching the video, if I ever turn this into a podcast, this will be meaningless, of course. But look at that. That's pretty. Is there a way to enlarge it? I don't know. But yeah, that looks nice. I like how it's got the, I had seen this from some of the SHOT Show footage. I like the fact they got the sights set to co-witness and they got them set in front of the RMR. There have been other guns that did that in the past, but I haven't seen anything recently that did it. And I think it's very cool because if I had this gun, I would definitely put an RMR on it. And it looks good from its design. I like the way it's cut up and I like how that looks with that sight pushed forward. Now, there is a negative to it. It does shorten your sight radius. But if you're going to have a red dot as your primary means of focus, well, it doesn't really make that big a difference because that's just for backup in an emergency if your red dot fails. So losing that little bit of sight radius is worth it to have that kind of unique setup, I think. I'd seen that before. I just didn't remember. I didn't know what it was called. Jacoby says, I'll enjoy this entertainment 7,000 miles away. What time is it over there, actually? Might be a weird, happen to watch at a weird time. Let me get back over here to the questions. William Knight chimed in and said, he actually became a subscriber star, I remember the other day. And then he got all upset with me because I accused him of being somebody else. How can I be the only one who wants a mouse gun patch? You just are. You're the only one that wants it. Well, some people that are already members at a category that size or higher want it, but they'll have to buy theirs just because they're already in a category that are higher. But they can just buy them for, I think it'll be like $12 because it'll just be the price of the patch and the shipping. The shipping's will be half the price. And people are like, well, your patches cost so much. I can get them for $3. I'm like, well, yeah, I could get them for $3 too if I ordered 250 or more of them. But I order like 50. When you order like 50, it's very expensive per patch. It's like $5 or $6, $7 sometimes, depending on how many colors you got. Like I'm only going to make 50 of that 1 year patch. And those things are going to cost me like $14 each to make them. So it can be very, because it's got like 7 colors. So it's very expensive. The first one, the yellow one, or no, the green one, the corporal patch, I'm making 100 of those. So they're only costing me $4.55 a patch. So they shouldn't be too bad to make those. The Mickey Mouse ones, I'm only making probably like 25 of those, maybe 50. So they're going to be expensive. I've got one person in the category right now. Only one person that's definitely getting them. And I do have to say, it's just people that are in the category that will definitely get them. Or if you're already in another category and if you're in a higher tier and you tell me ahead of time you want one, I'll make sure there's numbers for them. But if you decide afterwards, like if I'm like, okay, I'm sending these out now, it might be too late. Because if I'll give out what I got and then I'm probably not going to make them again. Let's see here, because I hate doing patches. Unless it's someone named Patches that I'm at like a strip club or something. I don't know. That might be a different story. Who was I talking to here? Okay, now Christian Carlson chimed in and said, I'm an evil bastard. Appendix holster for single action army. Well, I don't even, would you even need a holster? Just get you one of them little strings tied to it. Stick it in your waistband. Single action, ain't shooting nothing. It'll pop out though. That'd be the bad thing. Get you like a little clip or something for it. The Vaqueros used to just stick it down in front of the pants because it was just single action. It wasn't gonna go off. But I'm surprised they don't really make any carry size single action guns. I would like to see some like carry single actions. I mean, they make like shopkeepers and stuff, but they're usually the full size 6 round guns. I'd like to see them like make them smaller, maybe like 5 rounds, at a single action platform, like a little tiny Vaquero version, with maybe like a 2-inch barrel. And I'd like to see some of those. I wish they'd make some. All right, I think that gets me caught up over here. Yep, Christian Carlson was the last one. Let's get over here. Sweetie used his 13-month WAP chat to say, I thought there would be more grips for the RXM pistol released at SHOT Show. Why not? Well, I'm sure they are gonna. I mean, Magpul didn't get into it to not make grips and sell aftermarket grips. So there's going to be a bunch of them. It's just going to probably be a little bit. You don't want to announce everything at once. You want people to buy the gun and buy whatever grips are available right now first, and then start offering it with different grips and then sell those grips also. Probably the best way to do it marketing wise is make the gun now with specific grips. People buy it, they get those grips, and then release it with different grips. Then people decide, hey, I want that one with the different grips or whatever, and they buy those. And then you start releasing the grips and everything to where people can just buy the grips. Remember how long it took before you could actually buy the FCU from Sig Sauer? I had to bend over backwards, or forwards maybe, and call in a lot of favors to be able to get one back in the day when they didn't sell them. So it took a while for them to start doing that. And that's because they didn't want to give away the whole store day one. All right, where am I at? You can make sure we're all caught up over here. We are, and we're all caught up down there. Sweetie was the last one. Now let's go over here and see if there's any questions coming in. I can't go all the way back up, but let's see, where can I go up to? Yankee hat is too tight, restricting blood flow to the brain, causing him to forget what I forget. I don't remember what I forgot. I bought a 686-4 today. It is safe to shoot an older revolver like this? Well, yes. As long as you inspect it and it's in good condition, like there's nothing obstructing the barrel, the rifling's decent, the lockup's tight, everything else works the way it's supposed to. Yeah, perfectly fine. Most people are never going to shoot out a revolver, period. It's hard to get a revolver that's been shot too much. It limits the pores from getting a gun by adding another $42 to cost of getting one, like the California 11% tax. Yeah, that's another aspect of everything. Yes, I do agree. I had pictures to show here from emails. Where did I do with those? Winder. Here's the one from John Heasley where he sent his new t-shirt. He got his all hail Phil, the Cosmic Octopus and Protector of the Celestial Watermelon t-shirt. And he got his car magnet. He always buys the car magnet of everything we do. So he got that too. And close. Did we get any other emails over here? I thought I saw an email come in. Ghost Shadow sent in an email. Let's share this here. Pictures of his animals. Wants to share with the group. Winder, boop, boop. There we go. Let me get this, get Sweetie off the screen there so he's not blocked. Oh, look at that kitty. And then another kitty. And then there's the kitty again watching us do a chat. That was from a while back. There's another kitty watching us do the chat. That's been a while because I ain't worn that shirt in a while. That must have been when that kitty was young. Oh, there's a puppy. There's another puppy. And another puppy. On a fox. That's a fox. That's not a cat or a puppy. Yeah, I might use that one as the cover. Let's see here. I had another one here somewhere. Someone sent in. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, it's a video, I think. Can I get it to where it plays? Well, it's not playing. It's just spinning. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Let me share this one. It took it a second to load up. Share. All right, let's get it going. Where is it? Where's the kitty? Oh, there's the kitty. Looks better if we go down to where we don't see him, actually. Oh, it's a good kitty. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to eat you alive. He's a big kitty. Looks like he's a big kitty. My kitties are small. Sherman and Maisie are both relatively small. He's wearing a Star Wars hat. Can't see it in that, but he's a nerd. Nerd! What is it about my channel that attracts nerds? Not as bad as Never Enough Ammo's channel, because he is a nerd. You ever notice he's a nerd? You see them dolls in his background? His little toys. He's a nerd. Nerd. Where was I? We got what was that? Oh, we got a couple. That looks like that's an order. Did we get another order? No, that's not an order. It says February tithe for Phil. All hell Phil. He's paying his tithe all at once, which screws everything up. He expects Phil to keep a register of this. That's a. Why is it a week? Oh, that's right. It's February. It's 28 days. I was like, why is it that? I'll try to remind him not to blow your trailer away, but I ain't going to make no promises when you pay a month in advance because my memory is not so great. I mean, I'm sure his is good, but mine is not so great. He'll probably remember it, but I won't. Kenneth Donaldson also paid his $2 tithe to Phil, like a good person, one day at a time. Said, what is up, Yankee? Well, my cholesterol a little bit. I'm on cholesterol meds now, too. So good Lord, I take medication for blood pressure. I take medication for my cholesterol, for my diabetes. I'm gonna be taking so many meds nowadays. It's not funny. You want to be one of those people at the diner. You see these old people that they got their napkin there with all their pills laid out on it. I'm gonna be one of them people pretty soon. Except I don't take vitamins or anything like that. So. Clinton Barella chimed in here, paid his tithe and stuff, and says, paying the Phil bill. That's a good way to look at it. Paying the Phil bill. You know, it's self-preservation. You don't want your trailer blown away. And I know some of you think, I'm all highfalutin. I don't live in a trailer. He can get you wherever you are. You saw he did all those people lived in Florida and all those people lived in California because they're blasphemers. They don't believe in the word of Phil. So he took them out as a warning to everybody else. And they don't listen. You don't see anything about it on the news because the media don't want you to know about Phil. Canada might just retaliatory tariff the hell out of Tesla. Well, it's fine with me. I don't care. Teslas suck anyway. I mean, they're cool in their technology and stuff. I mean, we owned one. I'm not sitting here speaking out of turn. I had one. And I enjoyed driving it, but it was a piece of shit. I mean, there were practically shit falling off of it every day. You couldn't shut if you're a Tesla owner, you don't shut the hood very hard or it gets out of alignment and it'll actually hit where it dents itself because it's so far out of alignment. So you shut it very carefully. You can't shut the back end manually because if you do, you accidentally forget and don't push the button, you shut it manually, all the trim around the back window falls off. And you can't actually put stuff on here, to hang laundry and stuff on, because if you ever do hang your dry cleaning on one of those hooks, they never go back up. The spring wears out and they flop down all the time. It's just, that's unacceptable in a car that costs that much. But they're fast. Technology's cool. Other than that, they're not good cars. They're good computers, I guess, but not good cars. John Heasley sent another picture here. Now I've got pictures of animals tonight. I got plenty of pictures of animals now to do. Said tough life. They's sleeping. Oh, I like the brindle coloring. No, I don't own a brindle dog, but I like them. Django's kind of a weird color. He's kind of, I don't know what you'd call that. His coloring. It's all mottled, I guess you'd call it, or something like that. It's kind of like how those herding dogs have that mottled part and like on their back and stuff. He's like that all over. And I'm saying mottled because I don't know what the real word is. So I might have made that up. All right, let's get back over here. Mr. Furley says, what is the fill tithing for buying a Springfield? Oh, I don't know. 2% of the price of the gun. Or 1% of the price of the gun. Don't want to be crazy. I would always say, well, it's a Springfield, 2% of the price of the gun. 1% on regular guns, 2% on a Springfield. Because you got to be taught a lesson. I sent you an email subject, tough life. I already showed it. See, I beat you to it. Show my dog too. Did you see it? Send a picture of your dog. I didn't see a picture of your dog. Let me go see. Rickety. Oh, you did have the picture that was in with the thing. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here, let me download that one. Download attachment. There we go. But here's the picture. His puppy. He's got one of them dogs that just looks like he's put out. You know, he's just like, oh, I'm done. Like he just wants to go have a drink and settle in for the night. With them wire-haired dogs. They always look a little frazzled to me. Did he say what his dog's name was over here? No, he said bonus doggo picture, but he didn't say what the name of the dog was. I'm going to call him Steve. I had a cousin named Steve, one of my favorite cousins. We were like brothers growing up. We were only a few months apart in age. We lived in different cities. I lived in Point Pleasant. He lived up in Charleston, but we saw each other. I saw him as much as I could because he was my favorite cousin. Because he was the only cousin I had was near my age. The others were all older than me on one side of the family or younger. Because on my dad's side, he's the baby. And his sister, who was older than him, had kids before I was born. So there were 2 kids already there when I came along, and they were older than me, 4 or 5 years older than me. On my mom's side, she's the next to the oldest, and she was the first one to have kids. And I was the oldest. So the next in age to me was my sister, who was 2 years younger than me. And all my cousins were like 8, 9, 10 years younger than me. They were more like nieces and nephews than they were cousins. In fact, I used to babysit like my cousins, Travis and Gary Dale, Travis Shane, Gary Dale. And all the other ones some of them were babies when I was in high school, like Adam and little Danny, so they were all weren't like cousins. They were like nephews. All right, let's get back to work here. Ivan G. What did Ivan G say? Let's see. Howdy to everyone. I think that's all I saw. Oh, no, wait. What's the longevity of the 329 PD shooting average 44 Magnums? Probably more than you'll find out because you're not going to want to shoot it that much. Trust me. It's a handful. I think it'll outlive you. Spud Gun gave us some of that funny money. Wonder if you can say scrotum on a super chat. Why? I think you should be able to say scrotum. Now you probably can't say something like lick my scrotum or anything like that, but you should be able to say scrotum. That's perfectly acceptable a term of anatomy, so you should be able to use it. But retarded is a perfect clinical term. You know how many times I saw the word retarded in textbooks and clinical papers and stuff when I was getting my education? It was all the time because it's a very perfectly acceptable medical term. But nowadays they act like you said something horrible. Usually when you're not even talking about retarded people. Usually when you're talking about morons. Retarded people know the difference. Retarded just means that something didn't develop to the normal stage. It's delayed. So it basically just means delayed. But they act like you're saying something wrong. And I'm a psychologist. I got my degree in psychology. I know what terms are real and what terms aren't. The ones I remember anyway. It's not like I'm just some guy saying, I saw it in a textbook, I should be able to say it. No, it was a perfectly normal term. I paid for the $10 super chat. That covers 5 days. We'll see. We will see. Taking a risk, I think, but we'll see. Let's see here. Where we at? Sent a stack of animal photos. I saw that. There is a price displayed on the bottom. On the bottom of what? What's he talking about? You people can't just mention stuff from earlier on in the chat and expect I'm going to remember what it is. Even if you write it like 5 seconds after I say it, by the time I read it, it's going to be 10, 15 minutes ago, and I ain't going to remember what you're talking about. Be more specific. How many times have I had to say that too? A lot of times. To get an expendable deep concealment, get a 22 bar keep. Well, I don't want 22. I'm beginning to suspect that Lord Phil might be only in it for the money and possibly the choir boys. No, Phil's not like that. He doesn't abuse children or monkeys. He's not into primates, period. That would be weird if he was into primates. That's like one of the things I always thought was weird about Star Trek. It'd be like, oh, they're sexually attracted to each other, even though, she looks like she's made out of oatmeal. No, that wouldn't happen. You're not going to be attracted to other species. If so, it's weird. It'd be weird that you were attracted to other species. That'd be like finding monkeys attractive. Now I'm not saying there's not some sexy ass fucking monkeys, but I would never go have sex with a monkey. Security is way too strict at the zoo. So yeah, not going to happen. But no, he's not in for the money. He don't even keep it. He spends it on animals. He gives it to the Pets and Vets program. He could keep it. He could keep all of it. He could take all your money. He could empty your bank account tomorrow if he wanted to, but he doesn't. Or he could just smush you, take whatever you had in your wallet. He could do that. I don't know if he knows how to use computers, so I don't know about that part I said about the bank accounts. I don't know if he can do that. Costco employees are on the verge of a worker strike. If it happens, where will you get your bland watermelons? Well, I didn't get any good watermelons last year. They were all bad. So I'm hoping they'll be better this year. They were gross. Trailers looking for full trailer says, I disagree, but he didn't say what he disagrees about. Someone asked me, where do you fall on the Kinsey scale for same-sex attraction? I said, everyone is gay for Mole Man. You mean Mole Man from Simpsons or the Mole Man from the Fantastic Four? But most people are 2s or 9s. I'd say that's 90% of the population, 2s and 9s. Well, I'd say 80%. 80% of the population, 2s and 9s. And then, and then there's 1% that are 1s and 10s. And then there's, the other 19% fall somewhere in that middle. But not many of them. But I think it's like most people that represent as totally homosexual are, a 9. They're not totally homosexual, but they're, their preference greatly lies that way. But they could do other if they wanted to. And most people that say they're totally heterosexual, well, a lot of them went to band camp and Bible camp. So, they're not exactly a 1 either. I think the rarest segment is 4, 5, and 6. I think those are the most rare sexual unicorn you can find. People that are actually relatively equally attracted to both sexes. Bisexual people, I think, are the rarest thing on earth. They're like I said, unicorns, or like unicorn made out of diamonds and licorice or something. I don't know, but they're very rare. Some people don't even believe they exist. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is trying to impose work requirements on 220,000 Medicaid recipients in her state. Your thoughts? I don't know what is like. Is she trying to do it for people that are fully capable of working and they're actually providing them something? Because there ain't very many fucking jobs to be had in Arkansas. It's a horrible state to live in. There's jobs are shit. Standard of living is shit. Poverty is really high. So you can't just say, hey, everybody on Medicaid, you got to go get a job, because there ain't no jobs for them to get. So is it like we're providing you like, oh, here's these work programs where we have day labor or training for doing this type of work, or we have a need for, maintenance workers for sweeping streets or something, and we're going to pay you to do the job. Well, you got to pay them still too. You can't just say you work for free and you get Medicaid. That's not how government programs work. But, I'd have to see the program before I had any real thoughts on it. But I do not like Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I don't think she's at all qualified to do anything she's doing. She's just the daughter of, what's his name, Mike Huckabee. So it's a Nepo baby bullshit. He wasn't qualified. I want a mouse guns patch. I already know you want one. You told me. What bedtime stories did you like to read? Well, I never got bedtime to me ever when I was a kid. Parents didn't do that back then. Not the kind of parents I had or grandparents. They didn't do that. It was time to go to bed. They said, get your ass in fucking bed so I don't go put up with you no more. When my kids were younger, well, it was already at the age where they were like, can I watch TV for 20 minutes before I go to bed? That was more of that. But, Zyler and Caden did, when they were real young, did like to be read to occasionally. Or I did it just because I wanted to try to encourage them to enjoy reading. But it was various things. It was never the same thing. In fact, sometimes we would read out of the Marvel Handbook, just like read different characters and what their powers are and stuff. It was just because to me, it's the reading that's the issue, not the subject matter. I tried really hard to get Zyler into Watership Down and stuff like that. He was not interested. He said, I don't want to read this stupid book about bunnies. Yeah, he's 11. I probably should have waited a little longer. Albert True Jello Jr. First time, long time, need your best opinion. Should I buy the Taurus 6-6 or the Smith & Wesson 686 in 357 in California and a $400 difference between them? Well, that's easy to answer, because if the $400 is not a make or break it, if it's not a deal breaker, spend the extra money and get the Smith & Wesson. It's a better gun. If it is a deal breaker, get the Taurus. It's a fine gun. Or if you just, I don't want to spend that much money, get the Taurus. It's a fine gun. But if you can spend the money and you're okay with spending the money, the 686, there's a reason it costs more. Excuse me. Trump announces future tariffs on steel and pharmaceuticals. Most pharmaceuticals come from here. That's not a good thing. If he's going to be putting tariffs on pharmaceuticals, it's probably cheaper alternatives that come from other states or other countries like Canada and Mexico, which means he's just going to drive up the price of medical care for people. So that I don't know if I agree with. If he's going to control the prices of drugs within the United States, that's fine. If you're going to lower those prices down to a reasonable amount, that's fine. But if you're not, then all you're doing is giving carte blanche to the pharmaceutical companies in this country to rape even more if there's no alternative. Let's see here. Where am I at? Let me make sure we're caught up over here. Oh, we're out of time. Let me make sure we're caught up over here before I get out of here. Glad I got to his question before we got out of here. I'm caught up over there. We're caught up over here. So thanks everyone for coming. I do appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who helps support the channel and the programs we run, like TYMP, Pets and Vets, the Voices program, the Friend program, all that stuff. You'll see Phil spending that money. He ain't keeping it. He's wearing the same pair of Crocs he's had forever, I think. He doesn't really wear them out much. He just doesn't walk on those 2 feet, I guess. But so thanks everyone for coming. Thanks for everything you do for the channel. I appreciate it. The animals appreciate it more than anything, I think. If you saw some of these animals, we try to help out. It's so sad. That's why I don't get into the tear jerker videos where I show the animals and stuff. Someone asked me the other day, why don't you do that? Why don't you show the animals and show animals in need and everything? Because I'm like, because it makes me sad. And I don't want to do that. Oh, and someone sent me an email, and I can't find it now, where they said that their daughter's animal needed medical care, and they can't afford all of it. And I said, start a GoFundMe, and we'll go from there. And I don't think I ever heard from them again. And I think they may have thought I was blowing them off, said, go start a GoFundMe if you need money. No, what I was saying is you got to start a GoFundMe, and then I can direct money towards it. So if you're the person who did that, contact me back, because once you get it set up, we'll do something. I was thinking about that today. But thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks for everything you do. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. I am a grown-ass man.